through that app,
Yeah.
to see it.
I-
You don't
you-
really need.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are pleased to welcome three-time U.S. Open champion Tiger Woods to the interview area. Tiger, who has won 9 USGA championships, is making his 22nd U.S. Open appearance. We're going to go right here to the left.
Tiger over here.
Yeah.
You haven't played a ton of golf this year, but for your last victory at Zozo, you were coming off a bit of a break then. How were you able to peak that week in particular?
Right.
And what has been missing maybe since then?
Well, right. I was kind of hopeful that I'd be able to play Zozo because I just had knee surgery, and everything was kind of rounding into form. It felt pretty good. My knee felt a hell of a lot better, and all of a sudden I putted well that week and was able to go on to win. But this year I really haven't putted as well as I wanted to, and the times I did make a few swing mistakes, I missed in the wrong spots. Consequently, I just didn't have the right looks at it, and it just I've compounded mistakes here and there that ended up not making me able to make pars or even a birdie run, and consequently, I haven't put myself in contention to win events.
We're going to go here to the WebEx. A number of questions kind of in the list of courses that maybe have been the most difficult. Where would you rank Winged Foot?
Well, I think it's right up there next to Oakmont and I think Carnoustie as far as just sheer difficulty without even doing anything to it. I think those three golf courses and they can host major championships without ever doing anything to them. And this one or Oakmont here is either one or two.
Right here to Ann.
Hi, Tiger.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your preparation for this golf course based on your previous performances here and the high winning scores here in the past?
Yeah, well, I was able to come up here, right before I played in Boston, take a look at the golf course, and I was able to get my sight lines. This golf course is going to be one of the more difficult ones. The winning scores here have never traditionally been very low. I don't see that changing this week. The golf course is it's going to be hard. It depends on how difficult they want to set up these pins. Give us a chance at it, but with the forecast, it's going to be difficult no matter what.
Another one from the WebEx. How much did a difficult venue like Olympia Fields in your last start help you prepare for Winged Foot?
Yeah, Olympia Fields was hard. It was fast, dry, which is, unlike this golf course right now. It's going to obviously dry out, but the rough is very sticky here and very thick and lush. Olympia Fields, the rough was high, but generally most of the lies we had in the rough were down grain, and guys were able to get the ball up, near the greens, but obviously the greens were difficult. Most of the lies we've had so far this week, they're not really down grain, so it'll be interesting to see how much the USGA will cut the rough down and allow us to, try and be a little bit more aggressive and get the ball up around the greens.
How will the experience be different for you at a U.S. Open without fans?
It's going to be, it's something that unfortunately this is our new reality. This is something where we're getting used to. It's not something we like. We want the fans, we want the atmosphere out there, but safety is first.
Right behind me.
Hey, Tiger, what is your health preparation like each week as you play in a tournament compared to your practice prep? Which takes more? Which is harder to get, I guess, feeling good and feeling like you're ready for a tournament compared to your health prep and feeling good with your body?
Well, the health comes first. Whether or not I feel physically good enough where I can put in the practice. That's it's my unfortunate reality. I've had 4 back surgeries, so trying to be healthy enough so that I can practice, and I'm able to spend the time that I want, that I need to.
Which takes more time,
What's that?
practice or just getting loose?
Well, I have to train in order to practice, and I have to get my back loose enough where I'm able to practice, and it's the way it is.
We're going to Michael.
Thank you. Tiger, Gary Woodland was just in here telling us a funny story about you guys being at Liberty National. And
Say again. Sorry.
yeah. Gary Woodland, and he were at Liberty National. And you had to get him straight on how many U.S. Opens you had won. But then you guys concluded that among your 4, you don't have one on a private course. Do you distinguish at all U.S. Opens on private courses versus public courses?
I think that USGA events, this is, I gotta put this. This year is unique, is that we don't have a lot of qualifiers, and we don't have the access into the event like we've had in years past. Whether we play on a public course or private course is irrelevant. I think that the qualification is what makes this event so unique, is that we're able to qualify for this event and have unique opportunities. Unfortunately, this year is not one of those.
Really quick follow-up. You grew up playing public courses. Do you regard the old course as a muni?
As a what?
As a muni, a municipal?
The old course?
Yeah.
I think the old course is just unique in whatever you want to call it. I think that just that it's where the home of golf is, and the fact that everyone has a chance to play it. I think that's what makes it so special.
Thank you very much.
Coming off the tennis U.S. Open, Serena and Rafa are both in positions to tie some big records coming up, and you're one of the few people who qualified to answer this. Does it get harder to win a major the closer you get to the all-time mark, and why?
I think it gets harder to win as we all age, and I think that when you're in your prime and your peak years, you have to take advantage of those opportunities so that when you get to all-time marks, you have the opportunity. And I think that whether it's Rafa, it's Fed, or Serena, they've been so consistent and so dominant for such a long period of time. That's how you get to, you can have those all-time marks. And consistency over a long period of time is, that's the hallmark of, those records.
Right here to Rex.
Tiger, you've talked in the past about when you practice your putting, you go back a lot of times to what you and your dad used to work on. Is that still the case, or have you mixed up the routine over the years?
I have changed the routine and some of the things that I've done over the years, but I still go back to what my dad always taught me, which is, obviously putt to the picture. And whatever I'm working on that particular time, once I get out there and I putt, just putt.
All the way on the left.
Hey, Tiger, how are you? I think 06 here was the first tournament you played after your dad passed.
Yep.
How difficult was it for you that week? And then in the month that followed, just talk about your mindset and getting ready to win one for him at Royal Liverpool.
Yeah, when I didn't win the Masters that year, that was really tough to take because that was the last event my dad was ever going to watch me play. He passed not too long after that, and quite frankly, when I got ready for this event, I didn't really put in the time. I didn't really put in the practice, and consequently missed the cut, pretty easily. But after that, I was able to do some practicing, and did some probably some pretty good grieving, after this this championship. Played well at the Western, and then went on to really play well at the British. And so I think it was just I was not prepared to play, and still dealing with the death of my dad.
We're going to go back to the WebEx here. Only 15 players in the field played in the 2006 U.S. Open. Do you see that as an advantage?
Well, the golf course has changed a lot since then. Obviously, the greens they're all been redone, and most of the holes are a lot longer than when we played in 06. But technology's changed, and the golf ball's going further. Guys are hitting it further, so we're playing from about the same spots. It's just whatever. It seems like every green you have to walk back a little bit further.
Right here.
Tiger, can you describe what it meant to you after all the surgeries and the years not winning majors to come back and win the Masters? And was there anything special that you felt that week that you can relate to this week? I mean, how do you rate your chances here?
Well, when I won the Masters last year, it was, I was not feeling particularly well. Prior to that, my neck was bothering me. I didn't play in Bay Hill, and for some reason I felt physically better, and my training sessions felt good. I changed shafts in my driver right before the event, and I was able to start turning the ball over. And then all of a sudden, I put myself in contention, and I wasn't leading, but I was near the lead. And each day, I progressively got a little bit better. And come Sunday, I put all the pieces together.
And if I could, quick follow up. Several players here have said that of all the people out on tour, you feed off the fans more than anyone. So in that regard, I know you said you miss them, but in that regard, how much do you miss the fans?
Well, for me in particular, I miss the energy and just the positiveness that the fans bring, and just that electricity. But that's something that I've been playing in front of for over 2 decades, and so that's something I've been a part of, and I've been lucky enough to have been a part of that. What we're dealing with right now is not what we all want, but it's our reality, and it's the energy. It's just not quite. It's not quite the same without the fans.
Right here to Bruce.
Tiger, even without the fans, is there something special about coming back to the New York metropolitan area and playing?
Yeah, I think that this area has some of the best golf courses on the planet, and but also what makes coming up here is and being a part of these events are the fans and the energy that this entire area brings. And they love sports, and it's a shame that we're not going to have that atmosphere out here this particular week. But obviously everyone will be watching and be supporting at home or wherever is the safest.
We're
Still meaningful to you that a lot of these fans will be rooting for you even if they're home?
Absolutely, it is. It's not the same without the fan experience. But as I said, this is our reality for right now.
We're gonna have one more question, but first a quick one. Are you using your standard Scotty Cameron?
Yes, I am.
All the way on the left. Last question.
Yeah, a strategy question. With fairways this hard to hit and rough this penal, it kind of seems like everyone's going to be missing a lot of fairways. Do you anticipate then hitting a lot of drivers so that you aren't too far back, or do you anticipate kind of laying back to try and keep it in the fairway? How many drivers do you expect?
Yeah, D, that's I think a lot of that is dependent on which way the wind is blowing. The forecast is 3 of the 4 days be blowing out of the north, and I think that that will make a difference. Some of the tee shots that we hit today, slightly different wind than when we played on Sunday, and so I think that strategy-wise, it's ebb and flow. For me in particular, I'm trying to play to certain areas. Whatever club that is, it could be 5-wood, it could be driver, or 3-wood. I mean, I'm trying to play to a specific spot and then move on from there.
Thank you, Tiger. Good luck
Yeah,
this week.
thank you. Appreciate it.